Okay, we're live and hello and welcome to this live show. And in this show, we're going to talk about Team India's practice session at Lords as they prepare for the historic Lords Test against England Omen starting on 10 July.
At
Tushadip?
least tell people where you are, Snehashish. Why do you get to the point straight up?
Oh, yeah.
We'll talk about India's practice. You know, X batted, Y batted. We will tell them.
Yes.
First, tell where are you?
Yeah,
Is this Lords?
we are still in London, but not Lords. This is not Lords. This is outside of Lords in a park.
Yeah, I'm sure they are aware
Yes.
that we are not allowed to do
Yes.
videos from inside. It's the park just opposite Lords, and it's a beautiful park. Though I don't like the pigeons that are disturbing us.
Yes. Okay.
Now jump.
Yes. So now in the practice session, everybody was present. Every batter spent a considerable time, and it was a very intense practice session throughout 3 hours,
Yeah.
and maybe 3 hours 15 minutes because Enshu Charani was not looking to leave the nets as she was batting at the back end of the net session. But Trishadi overall, this was India's first practice session at Lords. Before that, they had two practice sessions, but this was the first practice session at Lords. So how did you see the whole team looked focused and
Yeah.
a big test coming? There's no doubt about that.
Yes, the all of them were focused, intent, and they knew that they had to push hard in this session. Tomorrow is match day -2, then match day -1, and but they looked, that intensity was there. Yes, I was searching for the word. I admit, I think that intensity was very nice to see. Though, if you ask me, the team does look a little, I don't know, somehow to me looked a little bogged down. I would want them to cheer up. I mean, the format has changed. There's a lot to work on as far as the T20 format is concerned. But there will be other concerns, of course. They don't often play with the Duke's ball. Not all of them will be experienced enough as far as Duke's ball is concerned. So I think there are a lot of things that's going on in the minds. But what I liked about the session was the intensity of the session, the focus of the session, and it almost tells you roughly where India stands as far as their plans are concerned for the test starting 2 days after tomorrow.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Okay, let me read out, what happened throughout the
Yes,
net
please
session.
give a.
Yes. So, initially, obviously, it was the usual drills, usual warm up drills to start off with, and then we saw all the batters, be it Smriti Mandana, be it Yastika, Jemima Rodriguez, Shefali Verma, all they batted, in rotation. There are three nets, and in three different nets, different set of bowlers were there. In one of the nets, there were only the throwdown specialist. In another net, it was we saw bowling coach Avishkar Sharvi having chat with three specific bowlers. Most of the time, it was Nandini Sharma, Kranti Gaur, and Inshu Charan. Initially they bowled at the stumps for a long time, for a brief time, while Avishkar Sharvi was seen having chatting with them mostly after every ball. And then they got to bowl someone like Harmanpreet Kaur, Richa Ghosh, and others. So every batter, in rotation, batted in all those three nets. And initially it was Renuka Singh Thakur also bowled, Sahil Sadgare bowled, as we all know Sahil is a part of the squad for the test. Deepti Sharma also bowled. After some time we saw Deepti Sneh Rana batted together in a net, and Sahil Sadgare also batted for a long time. I think approximately 40 to 45 minutes easily. Yeah, she batted, and there were few net bowlers also. Right arm medium pace was there.
Yeah.
And India also had left arm seamers and also
They also had a
arm,
left arm wrist spinner.
yeah, left arm wrist spinners also, and obviously left arm orthodox. were there.
We got confused.
Yes, a little bit.
Yeah, we thought, why are they practicing? And we went through the entire squad.
Yeah.
कि लेफ्ट आर्म पेसर कौन है जो हमें नहीं पता चल रहा है.
Yeah, left arm leg spinner.
लेफ्ट आर्म
कोई
लेग
है क्या?
स्पिनर कौन है, but
But-
ठीक है. I don't know, they are practicing for
maybe there
something.
might be some reason, but yes, but overall, what it seems that they know how big a threat can be a Sophia Eccleston or maybe Tilly Cotton Coleman if they play.
But they're not wrist spinners, no?
No. I mean, they also practice against the slow
Yeah,
left
of
arm
course,
slow
of
orthodox
course.
also, and also if you see, they practice an off spinner as well, and England
They
have
have
few
to.
off spinners.
Yeah.
So because Alice Caps is there, MLM is there, and that Maddie de Villiers also.
Yeah.
So I think the spin was in the focus.
Yeah.
But again, I think overall it was a very intense practice session.
Yeah.
One thing that stood out at the end of the season, NC Chayani came out to bat. 10 minutes remaining to
Yeah.
the scheduled time.
Yeah.
12:30 local time was a scheduled time where the practice should have called off. But she continued to bat. The many support staff came.
She reminded me of Arundhati. in that
Many
match.
support staff came and called Sri. It's time. We have to go. We have to go. But she was like, "Ma'am, give me one more ball. Bhaiya, give me two more balls." So she continued 15 minutes more, and then everyone left the field. So yeah, it was quite funny the way the whole thing panned out in front of us. But overall, it also showed that the you know the I will not the determination, the eagerness, the determination that she has
But
to improve her
Charni
batting.
takes her batting very seriously,
Yeah.
and I think we have spoken about this a number of times.
Although she played few good shots.
She has improved her batting a lot, Snehashish, and I think um, it is also the intent. Likes to bat. She would like to improve her batting. She works on it,
Yeah.
and that has shown that six, when she hit that six, it's not like you can expect her to hit sixes. But of course, she can clear the ball, and I think the more she practices, she'll get that comfort level. But yeah, overall, from this practice session, at least, I don't know. It is very clear to me that Renuka definitely is not playing.
Yes, but it seems that maybe Renuka is not in the plan. The way
I
Avishka
mean,
Selby spent those such a
no,
brief
that
time.
was not only the thing. Renuka did not bat, if I'm not wrong, or at least not a significant
Yes.
amount of time.
Mhm.
But Sayali was batting, and
Yes.
I think. Look,
And
I
after
have
the
said
batting
this a
session,
number of
she
times.
also had a chat with Amul Majumdar.
Yes, and I've said this a number of times. You know what? That what was I saying? I lost my train of thoughts.
I think Sally might play,
Yeah.
Renuka will not regarding that. only.
Exactly. Sayali and Renuka are very similar bowlers.
Kind of a ball.
I remember when we were having a number of lives, and a lot of people said for wicket taking, can we have Sayali? And I had said this, that you can't have Sayali and Renuka both in the same team.
playing
You
unit.
can have one of them, and I feel it will be Sayali who will be there
Because of the batting.
because she batted more. I think bowling wise, both were bowling very similar. It's not like one of them seemed to be in a better rhythm. I think Renuka's rhythm has improved as the days have gone by in England tour. But I don't know why she doesn't look as sharp and threatening as she used to.
Absolutely. By the way, Pratika Rawal was also there. She was seen having a knocking with the help of Amul sir.
Yes.
Some front-footed drive shots, and after that, one of the throwdown specialists was also asked to bowl at that particular length, and she was practicing those. So I think overall, as Tushari mentioned, and we have been discussing that it was a very good session overall. It looked that the team are looking very focused and they are very eager to play the test match, and obviously it's a huge occasion at Lords for the first time. Women's test match is going to happen,
course.
and that too, India playing England. India playing England. I think it's a huge honor for every player, and I think they will look forward to do well in this game.
So true. I think we have been waiting for this test match, to be honest.
Absolutely.
And if I say this, it will be absolutely controversial. But the truth is, we were from the beginning more excited about this test match than about the T20 World Cup. And it has got nothing to do with India's or any particular reason. It's just that red ball cricket
format.
in Lords, what an
And that's
opportunity!
for the first time.
Yeah,
this
for the
happening.
first time.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, I think it's time to take some comments then. So all these are the updates from the practice sessions. Okay, so here are the comments. Okay, Avinash Arora, it's Trisha Ji. It should be, but you have written Tunisha Ji. So
I don't. I'll tell you what. I don't mind because I kind of deserve this. I forget people's name. I call them by so many different names. In fact, this is not the place to say this, but at one time I remember I had actually made my friend and his girlfriend fight because I got the name wrong.
Okay, Tunisha Ji, last test versus Australia bowling combination was Dipti plus Nairana and Kashvi Sadgare Kranti. Do you think here they will play Charani? If yes, then 2 spinners or 3 spinners?
2 spinners.
Yes.
In Lords, you will go with. Then actually, you go with 3 pacers. If you ask me, Kranti, Sayali,
Nandini.
Nandini, yes. And two spinners in Deepti Charni.
Okay. Avinash Arora saying, Tunishaji, you said about Yastika's omission in Asian Games. That is not only selectors call, team management, coach, and captain are also involved.
Yeah.
Amal Majumdar spoke about inexperience and giving this team time, and on other hand, they dropped Yastika without deserved backing and long run and bringing inexperienced Kabalini. How this is right?
I completely agree with you, and that is exactly what I had mentioned, that it is not right. Think of this, a bad World Cup campaign, and you drop Yastika. It suddenly seems like Yastika was the only problem that India had. Had Yastika not been there in the team, uh, then India would have won the World Cup, or would have done better in the World Cup. But that's not the case, right? And bringing in Kamalini, yeah, I mean, Kamalini either should have been there, since I understand she was out, she was injured during WPL, but after that she was playing domestic. So you could have taken her in the World Cup,
Hmm.
or you could have backed Yastika. There has to be clear, and I don't know. I mean, the way Yastika was running during the World Cup, she did not seem 100% fit to me. So I genuinely don't know what happened there, but whatever happened, I hope Yastika has clear communication about it. Otherwise, as a player, it's very difficult. You come back from an injury, and it's very frustrating. And I felt so bad that in that press conference, Yastika was like, you know what, there were days when there was no visible recovery happening, and it was tough mentally. We talk about mental health. I think mental health, outside noise, yes, does bother players, but more than outside noise, I think the internal insecurity, where you are within the team, how much is the coach or the captain or the selectors supporting you, extremely important for a player and the mental health. I just hope that Yastika has got a proper communication as to why she has been, or why she's not part of the Asian Games team.
Absolutely. Bhavna Reddy saying, Trisha ma'am, what is your thoughts on getting Silas Satya in T20s?
I don't mind, but you can't have Renuka and Sayali together.
Hmm.
Then Renuka has to be dropped from the squad.
Okay, Denver Johnson Sneashish, the other day when I mentioned about Priya Punya's inclusion into the ODI test team is that this Indian team is anyway experimenting all the time. So might as well try her out too, no harm. Secondly, she is already 29. They have barely played her in 4 or 5 ODIs and a couple of test matches. When are you going to try her out? When she stands 40? See, I think if the team management thinks so, I think they will eventually do that. There is no doubt about that.
Yeah, but I think Priya Punia and Pratika Raval are very similar players,
Yes.
with Pratika being more consistent. That's
Yeah.
why the team has moved on to
If she would
Pratika.
have been scoring runs in a consistent manner,
Yeah.
by now she would have been tried again.
Yeah.
No doubt about that. But as Tushari mentioned, that very similar kind of a player when it comes to Pratika, and Pratika has been doing well. Even in Australia in that test match also. I think she was only batter who put up a fight.
And I think Pratika has a huge future. If you ask me, when it comes to ODI and tests, I was about to say, I think she has got a prominent future.
Hmm.
Yes, there are areas that she needs to work, but I think she can be versatile. Also, you have to use her bowling. I do feel so.
Yes, Pavan Shure is saying hi, hi. Okay, Avinash Arora again. Can we say that team management is looking forward from Snehrana and she is not in team management plan? Maybe in ODIs also. In the test match, she is here.
ODI is also, she was there, no?
ODIs
In Australia, wasn't she there?
in Australia was she there? I think she was not.
Who was there in her place? Who was the off spinner? Shriyanka was in there. Was Shriyanka there? Check the
T20 is
list,
there.
no?
No, we have to check.
Just give us one moment.
Hmm.
I don't think if you're talking about the T20 format, then moving on, yes, I mean, makes sense, and especially, yes, she was. Somebody has said, yes, she was. She was there in the Australia tour. I don't think ODIs and tests they have moved on. T20Is makes sense, and especially it makes sense because you have a Deepti Sharma who is already doing a similar kind of a role as Sneha Rana would. Now the question is Sneha Rana's form better than Deepti's bowling form? I don't think it was after that Pakistan match. Will she give you better batting than Deepti? that area also you cannot 100% say that, oh, you know what, Sneha Rana is better than Deepti fair and square. Because you can't say that, you will go with your with somebody who has given you match winning performances. Sneha Rana has, but Deepti has more match winning performance. So I think there, Deepti and Sneha Rana being absolutely the common factor, and I think Shriyanka and Charni are your wicket taking bowlers. They were there.
Hmm. Okay. Okay, Denver Johnson saying yes, but what is Shefali doing in Test? She doesn't possess the temperament. I don't. She ever will.
I think she pretty much is playing the Rishabh Pant role here.
Hmm.
She'll go bang bang. She'll score and in fact, I believe you will see her scoring 50s in Test matches more consistently
Then other formats.
than other formats, especially
Hmm.
T20s.
Okay. Hmm. Okay, Simran Singh saying Trishadi will Harlin. They will get a chance at play 11. She also had a good net session today, but I think it's difficult.
Mm, I think Pratika will play at 3.
Hmm.
Smriti Shafali, Pratika, Harman, Jemmy,
Same. Richa Dipti.
Richa, Deepti.
Yeah,
No place for
difficult.
Harlan.
Okay, Pawan Shah saying how is the weather at Lords?
It's hot.
Yes,
It's hot.
bright and sunny.
Bright, sunny. There's breeze, but it is very, very hot.
Hmm.
In fact, I'll tell you what. The match is starting at 11, no? Our time.
11. I have to check. I have to check.
Yeah, UK time it's 11, I think.
Okay.
Just give me 1 second.
This timing thing is very confusing.
Yeah, because we are working two time zones, so we are forever confused. We wake up, we are confused. We see the schedule, we are confused. And in my confusion, I'm checking in ICC Women's World Cup. What time? Yeah, there you go. It's from 11 a.m. Yeah.
Hmm.
So from 11 a.m. means 11 to 1 will be the first session. It will be okayish. But I think the last two sessions will be very, very hard on the bowlers. 145 to 345 is when the sun will be at its peak, and it will be very, very hot. And the problem with the heat here is it just sucks all sort of energy out of you. I
Hmm.
mean, coming from India, I did not expect that to happen to us. We come from a hot
Hmm.
weather country itself, but yeah, somehow it is very, very difficult here. In fact, you get dehydrated very easily, though you don't sweat a lot. It's not a very
Yesterday only happened with us.
yes, yesterday it happened with us, and um, today when I woke up, I was not feeling 100% because
Hmm.
you you need recovery time, and we have to remember that India does not play longer formats regularly. So there are challenges. I feel physical, mental, apart from whatever the cricket, whatever challenge the cricket will pose.
Sharanya Halda saying this management is trying very hard and making sure we lose interest in both men's and women's cricket. Everybody is experimenting.
No, but you know what, Sharana? I don't mind the experimentation when it's happening between World Cups. At least 3 series before the World Cup, you should stop your experimenting. Either you know your best 15 or you're going nowhere with it, is what I believe.
Hmm. Okay, Denver Johnson 2142 saying in hindsight, come to think of it, India was the only team in the World Cup that posted 170 against Aussies and took them to the final over. The team has no limitations when it comes to the talent. The
India
talent
as a
wise,
country has no limitation when it comes to talent. I don't think India is a forever developing country because we lack talent. In fact, I think we are the most talented people in the world, and I can proudly say that. But having talent is one thing, executing on a consistent basis is very, very different. If you are talking about 172 against Australia, yes, you're correct about it, but that could have been 190,
hmm.
and that should have been 190. At the other end, to see the other side of the coin, you could have played better bowlers, you could have gotten fielders in the more in more right positions, and you wouldn't have been in that position. So there are a lot of, and I understand where you're coming from. I completely agree with you. But see, that's what if this abundance of talent cannot be handled well, cannot execute what their potential is, then there's no point in that talent. And that works not only for cricketers, works for us as well.
Yes. Okay, Denver also added what is lacking is the intent and emotional intelligence in the team.
I don't know if the intent is lacking, or Denver, I just feel with so much experimentation, there is a confusion. Have you ever faced this, Denver? That you are okay, you're working, functioning well, but your mind is completely haywire. Like you cannot place your thought. Why is your mind haywire? But it is because of the whole confusion. I think that's what happened with the Indian team in this World Cup. The chopping and changing continuously. And before the World Cup, also, I've been continuously saying that why do you need to push Harmanpreet Kaur, who her whole life has played at number 4? Number 5 is a very different position. And Harman will take a few balls to settle in and then go and hit. So this is known that there's nothing new about it. How do you use her? Have you used her up to her potential? The answer is no. Talk about Jimmy. Again, Jimmy had a horrible World Cup.
Yeah.
Jastika played 2 good matches, and you're playing her in the entire World Cup at number 3, 5, 3. So it just, I think there's so much confusion that it completely got their mind off the actual, execution, or this is what we are supposed to do.
Okay, Avinash Arora saying, looking at batting collapse in the last test versus Australia, can we go with extra batter and 4 proper bowlers along with Shefali and Pratika as 5th bowling option?
कुछ तो जवाब दो.
Oh, okay. So looking at batting collapse, see, I think against Australia, obviously, as I mentioned earlier, apart from Pratika, other struggled. But it will be difficult for India, I think, if they do not go with more bowling options. I think because England also will have a long batting depth. So if you really want to stop them or bundle them out, I think the bowling needs to be there. Yes, there, as you mentioned, that 4 proper bowlers, and then as a 5th option you can have Shefali and Pratika. But Pratika, I don't know. After making a comeback, how much she will bowl.
I think 5 proper bowlers.
Yes, I think 1 more bowler you need, proper bowling option. Okay, Pavan Shur is saying your coverage is super. Thank you, Pavan.
Thank you, Pavan.
Gage Ship family. Okay, if India wins the toss, what should they choose? We haven't seen the pitch at all.
If India wins the toss, they should bat first.
Okay, Kabbe Jain saying Tishadi, Lucy Hamilton is such an exceptional and economical bowler जिसकी ज़्यादा बात नहीं हुई है इस World Cup पे, and kudos to Aussie team that playing her ahead of Megan Schutt.
Not only did they play her ahead of Megan Schutt, they stuck with her, which is beautiful. And I thought Lucy Hamilton was good. She was sporadically good. Let's say that, not consistently good, but she bowled within herself. And I feel as she matures, she's just what, 19?
19 and 20 maximum.
Maximum 20, yeah. As she matures, she'll find those wicket-taking balls. She will realize what I think she did not do well is who asked the question? Sorry, I forgot the name.
Kavya Jain.
Kavya. Kavya. So Kavya, I think what she did not do well was choosing, this is my stock ball, this will be my wicket ball. That she hasn't realized yet. So she was trying all sorts of balls depending on the field that she had. But the beauty was, as you said, she was economical. She was bowling within herself. The curve is only upward from here.
World Cup final. Yeah. Okay. Avinash Arora saying, as a Deepti fan, I believe that this year with ball overall for Deepti is not going well since WPL and in all formats except of couple of fibers. Yeah. What do you think is going against her with the ball? I think the pace.
Yeah, I thought she was bowling flatter. In fact, she came for the press conference after the first game, and I had the brief chance of talking to her during the pacer, not outside. And during the presser, I did ask her about this. She said, yes, she has been working on the speed. She's trying to bowl, she's trying to variate her speed, but I thought she was a little predictable as far as her speed is concerned. And the moment she's getting hit for 1 or 2 boundaries, she's bowling much more flatter. Yeah. So there, I feel she needs to concentrate on her strength and give a little more air to the ball.
Yes.
The other thing is she did not try her variation. I did not see a Deepti Yorker. If I get a chance, I will tell her. Deepti, what happened to your yacht?
Okay, Denver Johnson saying, Trisha, even if we posted 190, they would have lost to the Aussies. Not because of the score, it is because they don't have a grip on their ourselves. They lose rhythm very fast, mental conditioning is low.
What? Yeah. See, mental conditioning. There is no plan B, C. That's there.
Kabya Jain saying, Trisha, the Yastika fielding, Yastika running between the wickets, both are very poor. I still have doubt that, that वो पूरे तरीके से recover हो पाएगी injury से. ऐसा
That's
डर लगा.
exactly the point. When she was running, it felt like she was not 100% recovered. But if she was not 100% recovered, she shouldn't have been there. If she was there, for the audience to assume, for us to assume, it is left to that assumption that she must be match fit. And if she's match fit and she's playing, that is what I'm saying. The whole strategy is very, very confusing.
Okay. Rajab saying,
Rajap.
Rajabs.
Oh.
Yeah, Rajubs. I don't know what is the point.
Anyway.
Okay, but look at the criticism the mainstream management facing for dropping Sanju Samson, who is consistently inconsistent.
He is consistently inconsistent. I think they are facing criticism from whom? They're facing criticism from Sanju Samson fans. We face criticism from fans. If we say today that Smriti did not do her job in the World Cup, Smriti fans will not only criticize, some of them will go to the extent of abusing our parents as well. But that's toxic fandom. You can't help it. And fans and people who actually want to, fans do not want to hear anything bad about the people they idolize, they love, they admire. अब इसका तो कुछ कर नहीं सकते ना. I mean, I think Sanju Samson, again, if you ask me, back-to-back player of the matches, then he had 3 bad matches. Maybe could have given him 1 or 2 more matches. But in general, Sanju Samson is one of those players who is as frustrating, and I think I have said this previously in a live, who is as frustrating as someone like Shafali Verma, where the talent, the potential is so much there, and then the execution is so inconsistent that it literally irritates you.
Absolutely. Sharanya Halda saying, I absolutely agree to Shadi. This is your time to experiment before the 2 World Cup. But they will do any such thing. They will do all such things 2 series before the World Cup.
That's exactly my point. The next World Cup is in 2028. Till 2027 mid, fix on
players.
30. Fix on 30. Then by 2027 end, you should have fixed your 20. Out of that 20, find out the 15 in those beginning of 2028. But 2 series before the World Cup, you should have your, not 15, keep it at 18, because you also have to keep in mind that, there will be injuries. So you fix on your 18.
Okay. Denver Johnson, hot topic. Are any of you going to Tokyo for the Asian Games to cover the women's game?
Yes. Of
Okay.
course. Tokyo, no, it's happening in Nagoya.
Pawan Shura saying, which is your favorite football team?
Brazil.
Yeah, same, Brazil.
I mean, country Brazil, club Man U.
Man United, yes. And Indian club, Mohun Bagan.
East Bengal.
Okay. Arindam Mukherjee saying, Trishaji, what we need to match the Aussie women if we need to be regularly winning the trophies? Mindset or something else?
Mindset. Absolutely mindset. I don't think the skill level is different. I don't think the infrastructure is a problem. The problem is still the mindset. We need to get ahead of the safety first, and the other thing that we need to do is we need to stop probably second guessing ourselves all the time. And I just feel too many experimentation also comes from the fact that you are second guessing yourself.
Okay, Cap Bajan saying, Trisha, don't we try only experiment Tanuja Kanwar in place of Deepti in T20
No. I still think both with the bat and ball, Deepti is better than Tanuja. Yeah.
Avinash Arora, Kranti is not consistent and coming with a bad form for before test. So does she gives you confidence to be in the playing 11?
Her pace does. She doesn't.
Mm.
Her pace does.
Yes, and the way Avishkar Salvi spent time today with the bowlers, especially.
No, I think
Kranti
in these conditions,
and then-
when you have a bowler like Kranti, you have to use her well, but Kranti also has to use herself well. That's the thing.
Okay. Next one is Rilan Gimava. Is Tanuja Kanwar underrated player? She possesses.
Denver has written something.
Denver, if they want to experiment, this is the best time in Asian Games. In any case, India is Australia in Asian final.
India is Australia +1 in Asian Games. You're playing Nepal, Bhutan, Pakistan, Bangladesh. Of course, you are supposed to win gold.
Okay, Relangi Mava is Tanuja Kanwar underrated player. She possesses a lot of variation, perform well with the bat with the order as well. Will she make her debut in future in Test?
I think time has run out for her. That's all. Unfortunately, I think at times it is not about how good or bad she is. It's just that people around you, when she burst onto the scene, I think Ekta Bisht was absolutely on fire. And Ekta Bisht, to me, after Neetu David, if you ask me, the best left arm spinner that I have seen would be Ekta Bisht, and especially because of her game awareness. I have always admired. She's so aware of the game, so street smart. After that, Rajeshwari did well for a longish time. And in this period, somewhere, Tanuja Kanwar, kind of, I wouldn't say past her prime, but past that age
Went
where
down
you back
in
her.
the pecking order.
Yes, and then came Sri Charni. So now it's very, very difficult for her to make a comeback, because I think the future belongs to Sri Charni and Shriyanka.
I think for
when
India
they
right
come back.
now, more than left arm orthodox, they need off spinner.
No, I think eventually Shriyanka will make a cause. I also feel, ideally, if you want to ask what I want to see, ideally, I want to see the combination of Charni, Shriyanka, and
Snehan.
no.
Oh, in the playing
Prema
11 you
Rawat.
were saying. Okay.
Not playing 11, I'm saying overall say
in a squad.
18
Okay.
for your next.
All these spin options you want to, you are willing
Charni,
to see.
Shriyanka, and Prema.
Okay. So I think we have taken all the comments.
Yes.
Okay, and definitely we'll come back with other videos from the test match, and the review of the World Cup teams are also going on. So please keep an eye on Dashboard for all the latest update. Tomorrow also India will have their practice session, and there's a press conference.
Yes.
Match day -2, but there's still a press conference. So we'll come up with all the latest update from here at Lords. Till then, take care and please keep an eye on Dashboards. Thank you.